They do not know what they are getting into it. This is the most important thing. Something new. Your startup will not be a successful one. And I have been involved with the government of West Bengal in startup policies and various schemes to get fundings to the startup. As a grant is not a loan, the dividend. One very important thing is funding, without which you cannot do anything. And you must have a 2-minute speech where you will be able to convince people that you are a remarkable inventor.
নমস্কার, আমি প্রবিশা চট্টোপাধ্যায়। আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত প্রবিশাস জ্ঞানে। প্রবিশাস জ্ঞানে আমি বাঙালি ইউথদেরকে এন্টারপ্রেনিউরশিপ আর বিজনেস রিলেটেড মোটিভেশন দিয়ে থাকি। তাছাড়া বিজনেস ইভেন্টে কভার করে থাকি। যেমন আজকের বিজনেস ইভেন্টে আমরা এসেছি বিইতে, বেঙ্গলস এন্টারপ্রেনিউরস ইকোসিস্টেমের জানুয়ারি মিটআপে। আর আজকে কত তারিখ? 19th জানুয়ারি। আপনারা সবাই আসুন, আমরা দেখি ভিতরে কি হচ্ছে, পিচ কতগুলো হচ্ছে, কে কে গেস্ট এসেছে এবং গেস্টরা বিজনেস সম্বন্ধে, এন্টারপ্রেনিউরশিপ সম্বন্ধে, ইনভেস্টমেন্ট সম্বন্ধে কি বলছে। আর তাছাড়া এরপর থেকে আপনারা প্রবিশাস জ্ঞান বাংলাতে ছাড়া হিন্দি আর ইংলিশও পাবেন। তাহলে আমরা কি ভিতরে চলি, আসুন।
I love working with the young startup and entrepreneurs to start with. By profession, I'm a professor of metallurgical and materials engineering. I've been at IIT Kharagpur for almost 29 years. My research interest is nanotechnology as well as lithium, sodium-ion batteries, etc. But my passion is with the manufacturing sector, MSME sector, as well as startups. So I have been, for the last 25 years, I have been working with them. For many years, until recently, I was the managing director of Science and Technology Entrepreneurs Park of IIT Kharagpur, which was established in 1986, which is the largest startup or entrepreneurship park of India. But other than that, during this process, I learned a lot. I work with these young fellows. By the way, first thing, I do not charge any fees or anything. If I can do it with my own resources, I will do it. Otherwise, I will not do that. What I learned in this process, MSME and manufacturing sector is different, which are grown up by startups. Many times, which I realize, they do not know what they are getting into it. It's not a hobby. It's a real business. You have to have compliance with all regulatory provisions. And it is a long, long journey. I don't want to scare anybody up, but first thing I say, if you do your homework and plan properly, where you will succeed. In the US, if you look at the statistics, about 85% startups hold their business in first 22 months of the operation. In India, I will not be surprised, it is 98+%. The reason we do not succeed because we don't take it serious. First, you have to have. What is the basic difference between an entrepreneur getting into is a startup, becoming an entrepreneur, and succeeding in modern day life, and a trader? There's a difference between a trader and an entrepreneur, so-called what we call entrepreneur in India nowadays. The main important thing, if you see the Shark Tank India, this season I saw only the first episode, but previous season I saw it. One thing you see, until last year, people never looked into the valuation of a company in terms of its intellectual property in India, which is really, really a sad situation. When you do the valuation of a company, if you do not have an intellectual property right, I do not know how you can be innovative. Most of you know how to something called patent. If you have developed something, so people cannot infringe upon your discovery without paying the appropriate fees to you, you protect your innovation. And when you file the patent, first important thing is that the patent officer will ask, what is that innovative portion of it? What is something new about? This is the most important thing, something new. It may be a completely new service, new product, or something existing and you are making a meaningful difference in terms of its utilities and service. That should be there. Innovation component should be there. The most important word the patent title is a novelty. Innovation, novelty, similar things. So what we do nowadays, I work with many college kids, young faculties, young startups like most of you, to try to share with my whatever little I have learned in this process. First of all, whatever you do, you must have something novel about it or innovation attached to it. Otherwise, your startup will not be a successful one. You have to do your market research, all those things, company formation, compliance for after forming company, where to get funding, all these things are involved there. And you will know that. You do basic courses somewhere, or you do the net search, you self-taught yourself, fine. But the most important thing, I repeatedly say that must have an innovation component to it. What is technology? You have a problem and you found the solution to it. What is innovation? Something new to develop, to do with that technology. And what is startup? That innovation, the technology, and market introduction. If you do not do the survey of your market, if that clientele is not existing, your product will not see the light at the end of the tunnel, irrespective of how great the innovations are. I have seen many great innovations, but they do not do this homework. Now the question is, one very important thing is funding, without which you cannot do anything. You see, before the British came, the GDP of India was somewhere between 30 to 32% in the world. When the British left, 3%. I don't want to blame anybody, but the basic things you have to learn. First thing, let me ask you, who did the Industrial Revolution?
James Watt.
Steam engine to stop it. But the British did not do the Industrial Revolution. Can you do a startup without a zero funding?
Up to some extent, yes. But
with a 0 you cannot do anything. You need money. Where did the funding for the Industrial Revolution came? It came everything from India. The fund is an extremely important thing. And how to utilize that fund in a meaningful way, that is an extremely important exercise. Many startups I saw, they got a fund, they built a big office space, did lots of inventory and others, and then they didn't have money to pay for their salary, pay for the electricity bills and things like that. So you have to have a proper education about how to handle this finance. Since the time is short, what I say that both central government and state governments have various schemes to get fundings to the startups. Central government, if you go to the various ministries, from biotechnology to Department of Science and Technology, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, you name it, or Ministry of Mines, etc., everybody who has this startup grant. As a grant, it's not a loan, they give it out. Except Department of Scientific and Industrial Research has an acronym for it, PRISM, PRISM, that fund goes to an individual, but there are 13 agencies in Calcutta, CGCRI, CSR Lab, IIT Kharagpur, etc., all over India. We disperse this grant. And then West Bengal government through Department of Science and Technology, they are doing something. They have an end of the month program called Idea Clinic. They give some prizes. The grant is yet to be given, and I have been involved with the government of West Bengal in startup policies. Very hopefully this policy will come out. We have been working for quite a long time. There they will give some funds, but not a huge amount, but a reasonable amount to start with. And state government, what I suggest, if you go to the Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology, look for their website. Website is kind of strange. You have to look for it, and often they give help for proposals. Even if you have a unique idea, startup idea, what they do at this moment, they said, okay, you submit it as a research proposal, we will fund it. It doesn't matter whichever fund you submit and get funded, is fine. and you don't have to pay this money back. And another thing, you must look at it, all the IITs, the old initial 5 ones and all the new ones, everybody has an innovation fund. One name or another, they have an innovation fund. There they give grant or loan or both. And if it is loan, it's a very cheap one, it's a 3% interest rate, simple interest rate like this. But these IITs can give somewhere between 25 to 50 lakhs. Don't think that, and the central government agency, they really give fund. I do not want, okay, I will name it one small, size-wise, number of students wise, engineering college, Rajarhat area. Okay. Techno India, Newtown, Techno International Newtown, take. Until 3 years ago, they never had a research grant or funding. So through PRISM program, we submitted 9 proposals, 8 got funded. No IIT, no academic institution in the country got so many funds in one go, in the same year. And that's very small college. So if a small college can do that, why you can't? And as an individual, you can apply for this fund. What is required is that you must have a PAN card, an Aadhaar card, and a savings bank account, not a current account. And this money comes to you. There are different levels of it. Only catch whatever money you ask, 10% you have to contribute on your own, remaining things they will give. What is the problem? That when people write proposal, where I come to help them and also put them in touch with various state and central government agencies where you can write for grant and also loan. Writing a proposal. Rest of you have a fantastic innovative component, ideas about it. But the way you write or present in a pitch, it sounds like you are doing something, everybody is doing it. You must put your own Midas touch to it. People will be impressed that you are doing something in a different way. Even if it is an incremental difference, that matters the most. So writing a proposal, and whether it's a 2 minute speech or 5 minute speech, it's a long speech. Then you must have a 2 minute speech where you will be able to convince people that you are a remarkable inventor. So with this, I stop here. And whenever you have any questions today, tomorrow, day after, or my mobile, WhatsApp, email, please feel free to contact me. Thank you so much.
নমস্কার, আপনাদের এই ভিডিওটি কেমন লাগলো অবশ্যই জানাবেন। অবশ্যই লাইক, শেয়ার এবং সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন এবং ফলো করে দেবেন এবং নিজেদের যত ফ্রেন্ডস এন্ড রিলেটিভস আছে তাদেরকে বলবেন। যারা ব্যবসা করতে চায় তাদেরকে অবশ্যই জানাবেন এবং ব্যবসার জন্য যেন আমরা আবার উদ্যোগী হই, ব্যবসা করি, সেটা সবথেকে বড় কথা। আমরা আছি। আজকের মতো চলি।